Voila. The World Health Organization has said Nigeria has allocated an additional $200 million to health in its 2025 budget to cushion the effect of aid cuts by the government of the United States. The Director General of the WHO, Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, disclosed this in a speech on the organization's website. It will be recalled that the US President Donald Trump issued an executive order in January halting foreign aid for 90 days and later issued a waiver for life-saving medicines and medical services to offer a reprieve for a worldwide HIV treatment program. Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus said the waiver allows for the continuous distribution of HIV medications and medical services supported by PEPFAR in Nigeria. He explained that the feedback from more than 100 countries to understand the impact and the support those countries need to mitigate it showed severe disruptions to health services in almost three-quarters of countries and closures of health facilities in one-quarter of countries. He emphasized increased out-of-pocket payments for health services in one-quarter of country offices, job losses for health and care workers, and disruptions to information systems and the supply of medicines and health products as a result of the funding cuts. The WHO chief advised countries to prioritize the poorest and prevent exposing them to improvisation out-of-pocket health spending, protect health budgets, and resist reduction in public health spending. He also said donor funds should be channeled through budgets and avoid cutting services or closing facilities and absorb as much of the impact as possible through efficiency gains in health systems. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has directed the State Commissioner of Police to stop the imposition of illegal taxes on market operators and alleged forgery of council documents by the reinstated chairman of local councils on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. In a statement by the governor's spokesperson Malam Olawale Rashid, the governor said the development is capable of jeopardizing the sustenance of law and order at the grassroots. According to the statement, the governor instructed the police commissioner to invite the affected council chairman for questioning for allegedly falsifying council documents, collecting revenue through illegal documents, and for imposing and collecting illegal revenue from market operators. Governor Adeleke, while referring to various reports of such illegality, especially from Borikpe Local Government Council, said such activities would not only breach clear provisions of the law but also constitute an affront on the judiciary, to which the APC has filed an appeal over the sacking of its yes or no chairman. The governor also instructed the special advisor on security to liaise with the police commissioner for the implementation of the directive, as he expressed shock at the brazen imposition of hardship and pains on the people through illegal revenue and tax collections. Meanwhile, the Osun State government has reaffirmed its commitment to the timely commencement of academic activities at the Alternative High School for Girls, Osogbo, assuring the public that the institution will begin operations in the coming academic session. The statement comes in response to a recent news report titled 4 months after Alternative High School for Girls yet to commence operations. Speaking on the state's preparations, Commissioner for Information Uluomo Kolapo stated that necessary steps have been concluded for the commencement of the school. Uluomo Halimi said that he held a meeting with the top officials of the Ministry of Education, Commissioner for Education, the Executive Secretary of the Senior Secondary Education Board, a member of the Superb Board, as well as the First Lady of the state, to fine-tune plans for the school's takeoff in the next academic session. He said that the meeting also deliberated on the secondment of teachers to the school and outlined specific vocational skills to be taught alongside conventional subjects like event planning, ofi weaving, adire, hairdressing, and other entrepreneurial skill designed to make the girl child self-reliant. The State governments, however, assured the public that all logistics are being finalized as the school will soon commence full operations, fulfilling its mandate to offer a second chance to girls in need of education and empowerment. The federal government will begin a nationwide flood awareness campaign next month to educate and sensitize Nigerians on the risk and safety measures related to flooding. This was discussed to newsmen by the Deputy Director of the Department of Flood, Erosion Control and Coastal Management at the Federal Ministry of Environment, Mr. Kunle Awojemila. The federal government had revealed that the approximately 1,249 communities across 176 local government areas in 30 states and the Federal Capital Territory are expected to experience significant flooding between April and November this year. The Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph said, emphasized that flooding remains one of Nigeria's most devastating natural disasters, warning that climate change continues to increase both the frequency and severity of flood events. He added that coastal and riverine states such as Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Lagos, Ogun, and Ondo are likely to experience flooding due to rising sea levels and tidal surges, with expected impacts on fishing activities, wildlife habitats, and river transport systems. Meanwhile, data from the National Emergency Management Agency revealed that in 2024, flood disasters affected 217 local government areas across 34 states. A total of 1,373,000 people were impacted, with 740,735 people displaced, with 321 fatalities recorded. Moving on to sports scene. Nigeria's Flying Eagles will begin their quest for an 8th continental title against Tunisia, Kenya, and Morocco in Group B of the 2025 Under-20 AFCON in Egypt. The group stage draw conducted at the Egyptian Football Association headquarters in Cairo officially signaled the start of the 18th edition of the tournament that has long served as a launchpad for some of Africa's finest football talents. Running from this month 27 to next month 18, this year's championship will feature 13 teams divided across 3 groups. Group A with 5 teams, while Group B and C will each include 4. The top 2 teams from each group, along with the 2 best third-place teams, will progress to the quarterfinals. Host Egypt, 3 times winner of the competition, were automatically placed in position A1, while defending champions Senegal and 7-time record holders Nigeria were seeded in C1 and B1 respectively. While on the foreign scene, Somalia chairperson of the National Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Abdulkarim Hamed Hassan, has announced that voter registration will begin, with citizens expected to report to registration centers tomorrow. This marks the first time in nearly 5 decades that Mogadishu residents will visit registration centers. It will be recalled that President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud pledged in 2023 to move Somalia away from its clan-based indirect voting model. The cabinet has approved 2 bills to transition the Horn of Africa nation to one person, one vote presidential elections scheduled for 2026. Opposition leaders, including former President Sharif Sheikh Ahmed and Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, rejected the government's plan. They called the move unilateral and warned they could organize a parallel vote. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.